What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I just wanted to give my review of the Midwinter Blight event here in Diablo 4 Season 2. So starting off with the positives, this is a great alternative for farming gear and gold outside of Blood Harvest events, Hell Tides, and Tree of Whispers. Gillian's Potion is quite nice. It has the baked-in 10% increase to the experience boost you get from normal potions, plus you get an added bonus to your HP as well as your lucky hit chance. And in terms of quality, the free cosmetics are overall pretty decent, I would say, and they definitely match the aesthetic of the game. Now let's talk about the bad things about the event, and unfortunately a lot of these issues are glaringly obvious, and I'm not really sure how they managed to get past the developers before they implemented this event into the game. Starting off, the exchange rate for the Lost Heirlooms as well as the Red Cloak trophy needs a significant buff. As it stands, it's probably going to take the average person 10 plus hours of just straight grinding the event area to unlock all of these cosmetics. And to make matters worse, you're going to have to create the class that these cosmetics were specifically designed for in order to unlock them. Also, because the exchange rate is so low on the Red Cloak trophy, it makes completing the Blighted Revelry event, which spawns the Red Cloaked Horror, pretty insignificant in terms of the rewards you get. Now let's talk about the Shard of Dawn aspect that they put into the game. So reading the aspect, it states, after 30 seconds of Night's Grasp, gain Dawn's Haste, increasing your attack speed by 25 to 35% and movement speed by 20% for 12 seconds. While empowered by the Midwinter Ward, killing an enemy reduces Night's Grasp's duration by 1 second. Now, the first problem with this aspect is pretty obvious. 30 seconds of Night's Grasp is insanely high and pretty much makes this aspect completely useless. Also, the buff you receive from this aspect isn't really filling the gap for any classes this season, as there are a ton of ways for every class to gain attack speed and movement speed. Also, you would think the Midwinter Ward buff would make this aspect better, but honestly, it really does nothing to improve it. The Midwinter Ward buff lasts roughly 6 minutes, so in order to keep that constant duration reduction after killing an enemy, you're going to have to teleport back to town every 6 minutes to refresh the buff and then go back out and start killing monsters again. In my opinion, they need to significantly reduce the duration of Night's Grasp, as well as significantly increase the duration of the Midwinter Ward buff. Honestly, they should just make it a one-time activation, as the attack buff doesn't really affect anything outside of the Midwinter Blight event area, and honestly, putting restrictions on something like that just seems pointless. The next thing I want to touch base on is the cosmetics they released in the cash shop for this event. These cosmetics should have been baked into the Midwinter Blight event content. Adding the character cosmetics to the Frigid Husk drop table, as well as adding the mount to the Red Cloaked Horror drop table, would have been a great way to implement this, and would have made grinding this event much more rewarding and meaningful. Now, I know what you guys are going to say here, but if you must, go ahead and leave your comment in the comments section, and I will respond to it as soon as I see it. Now, the last thing I want to address is the Midwinter Nightmare spoils you receive for completing Nightmare dungeons. The reward you get from these spoils is absolutely atrocious. It doesn't scale when you complete higher tier Nightmare dungeons, and it needs a massive buff to even be relevant for grinding this event. What they should start doing before they release content for the game is think about how many videos Asmongold can farm off the content. One video, you've probably done something pretty good. 2 or more videos, you've probably messed up pretty bad, and you should probably rethink what you're doing. But anyway, that's all for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Do you like the event? Do you hate the event? Do you think the event is average overall? And what changes do you think they could make from your perspective that would make the event much more enjoyable? But as always, I hope you guys are having a great day or a great night, depending on wherever you're from, and peace out. I will see you guys in the next one.